Hey everyone, welcome to Almost Precision, the channel dedicated to all things firearms. Now before we dive into the latest and greatest in the world of firearms, we need to take a minute to talk about something incredibly important: firearm safety. No matter how experienced you are, safety should always be your #1 priority. It's not just about protecting yourself, but also about protecting those around you. Today we're going to break down 4 crucial firearm safety rules that everyone should know by heart. These rules are simple, easy to remember, and most importantly, they can save lives. So, grab a seat, maybe a pen and paper if you're into that sort of thing, and let's make sure we're all on the same page when it comes to handling firearms responsibly. Rule number 1, and this is a big one: always treat every firearm as if it were loaded. I know you've heard it a million times before, but there's a reason this rule is repeated so often. When you treat every firearm as if it's loaded, you automatically become more cautious and aware of your actions. You're less likely to make careless mistakes. You double-check everything. You handle the firearm with respect. Think of it like this: if you knew for a fact that a gun was loaded, would you point it at anything you didn't intend to shoot? Would you wave it around or leave it lying around unattended? Absolutely not. So, let's make a pact right now. No matter what, we treat every firearm as if it's loaded. Sound good? Alright, let's move on to rule number 2, which goes hand in hand with rule number 1. Never point a firearm at anything you do not intend to shoot. This seems like a no-brainer, right? But you'd be surprised how often this rule is broken, even by experienced gun owners. It only takes a split second for an accident to happen. A momentary lapse in judgment, a careless gesture, and tragedy can strike. By following this rule, you create a safe zone around you. Remember, a firearm is not a toy. It's not a tool for intimidation. It's a tool with potentially lethal consequences, and we need to treat it with the utmost respect. So before you even pick up a firearm, take a moment to think about where you're pointing it. Be aware of your surroundings and make sure everyone around you is also aware of the safety rules. Now let's talk about rule number 3. Keep your fingers straight and off the trigger until you are ready to fire. This one is all about muscle memory and developing good habits. Our fingers are naturally drawn to triggers. It's like some kind of weird universal law. But when it comes to firearms, that natural instinct can have disastrous consequences. Keeping your finger off the trigger until you've made the conscious decision to shoot prevents accidental discharges. And trust me, accidental discharges happen more often than you think. Practice keeping your finger indexed along the side of the firearm's frame until you have acquired your target and are ready to shoot. This small action can make all the difference. Last but certainly not least, rule number 4. Keep your firearm on safe until you intend to fire. Think of the safety as an extra layer of protection. A seatbelt for your firearm, if you will. Most modern firearms come equipped with safety mechanisms for a reason. They're designed to prevent the firearm from firing if it's dropped, bumped, or mishandled. Before you handle a firearm, familiarize yourself with its safety mechanism. Learn how to engage and disengage the safety, and always double-check that your firearm is on safe when you're not actively using it. Remember, safety isn't about being paranoid, it's about being prepared. So there you have it, folks, the 4 golden rules of firearm safety. I know we covered a lot of ground today, but these rules are so important that they're worth repeating over and over again. Remember, owning and using firearms is a huge responsibility. It's up to each and every one of us to practice firearm safety, not just for our own sake, but for the sake of everyone around us. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more safety tips and information. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time.